Hi, this is John Clark, the president of LightsOfSuccess.com, and welcome to the next episode, episode number 2 of Ask John Clark. Please excuse the lax garb. I was out golfing this morning, and what a wonderful morning it was. Great people and great fun, as always. I don't think you can really have a bad day at golf. But it just brought to a point, the weather was absolutely phenomenal this morning, and we turned around to a discussion about weather. And one of the things that I've always talked about and knew about was you got to kind of carry your weather with you. So if you're going to have sunshiny perspective, you need to have that with you all the time, whether it's raining or not. Which led us back around to a discussion about happiness. And I get that question a lot, how, what do you do to become happy, or how do you become happy? And the fact is, happiness has to come from inside of us. And that's very, very important, because if it doesn't come from inside of us, then unfortunately we're relying on something outside of us to make us happy, which leads us to having absolutely no control whatsoever. And I got a printout. As a matter of fact, if you go down on this thing here, go to the website www.askjohnclark.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're already on the site, just download the printout that I have for this, because it's a very important lesson today. And one of the books that I cut my teeth on when I first started working in personal development was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And as that book is powerful in every section, the one that profoundly affected me was the section on the circle of concern and the circle of influence. And if you got that printout, which I hope you do, again, if you don't have it and you're watching this video other than AskJohnClark.com, please go to AskJohnClark.com to get the printout. In the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey did a section on circle of concern and circle of influence. And in the printout, you'll see the inner circle, which is a green circle if you have a color, which most people should have color computer, is green. And that green circle is the circle of influence. And the circle on the outside, which is white, is the circle of concern. Now, in the circle of concern, what we have in the circle of concern is basically everything that is outside of our control. Talking about weather, it could be weather. You have a party scheduled on a Saturday, and you're looking at the weather, which is something we have absolutely no control over. Then what happens is, if you base your happiness about your party based on the weather, you could be sorely disappointed come Saturday, which is a problem. Someone else's mood. You go into work and your boss is crabby, or your coworker is crabby, or whatever the case may be. That's another circle of concern that you have no control over. The traffic. You're driving to work and there's a traffic jam. Circle of concern, you have no control over it. Now the green circle, which is the circle of influence, that is everything you do have control over. How you use your time, whether you use your time wisely or not. It's your reaction or your response to a situation that you have influence over. It's how you communicate with people. You have control over that. And also, which is a main key, is your thoughts. You have control over your thoughts as well. So the main key that I came up from this section of the book is you have power in your circle of influence, that you can grow your circle of influence over a lot of the things you have in your circle of concern, if your concentration is on the things in your circle of influence and not on your circle of concern. Most people rely on the stuff outside of themselves to make themselves happy, which is why we tend to have a lot of unhappy people out there. And, this is a lesson that takes a lot of people a lot of time to learn. And I think sadly, there's a lot of people that never learn that. So, things that are in your circle of influence, how you use your time. Are you working on the things that are moving you towards your goals? Or are you doing things, watching TV, or doing things that aren't moving you forward to your goal? Very important. Are you reacting or are you responding? Now, reacting means if something happens, you just jump off the handle and you're right at it. Or are you responding? Now, response meaning that you are taking a little piece of time in between what has happened and what you do about what happened to reflect on that and make the best possible response to the situation. This has been a little longer than normal, but I just want anybody who watches this video, I hope you understand that happiness has to start from inside of you. It can't be about something that happens outside of you. Anything that happens outside of you that can certainly influence your happiness, got to look at that as a bonus. Other than that, make your happiness and carry your happiness with you wherever you go. Again, this is John Clark from LifeToSuccess.com. As always, you can leave a question at www.askjohnclark.com, and I will be more than happy to look at that and answer that to the best of my ability. And I will have another one up very, very shortly. Thank you.